Hey y'all, what's up? How y'all doing? Child, y'all know life be life and child mess. I had jury duty the past 2 days and child insurance companies, getting things situated. Just y'all get it. But anyway, I hope y'all doing all right. I'm hanging in there, child. Um, okay, Real Housewives of New Jersey. Of Jersey. Now I can't say this. I really enjoyed it. I'm enjoying it. These past two episodes of Jersey, it's been really good. Um, the new additions to the show, Danielle, Jen Fessler, I think that's her name, and Rachel. They're really good additions to Jersey. We need some new blood in Jersey. Out of those three, I don't know which one is my favorite. Out of those three, hmm, probably Danielle. I think she's funny. She's fun. Her kids are fun. Um, but Jen Fresler, Margaret's friend. Oh, she's the key. She is a key in this past episode when she just started eating. I, while in the midst of them arguing and stuff, I was hollering. Anyway, what's going on? I like Jennifer Aiden. I like her, but she's starting to get on my nerves a little bit. I appreciate Jennifer Aiden. I think she's a great housewife. I think she's a great reality star. She definitely knows how to keep mess going, and I appreciate her standing up for herself, all that good stuff. But she does a little bit too much when it's time to actually squash things and let things go. She's unwilling to do that. She don't want to do it, y'all. What's going on? Let's start off. Let me see. So we have Louis and Teresa. That's this whole storyline this season. Well, one of the main storylines is that Teresa is getting married. And all the mess and drama that's going to ensue with the wedding. We've already know that in real life she's been married, and the wedding pictures of her hair being all the way up here, child. The whole 9 yards, child. Teresa's very tanned. But she looks good, though. Teresa looks good. She's 50 now, I believe. Um, Teresa and Louis, they stay together, and he has a son. I think he has two sons. And then Teresa got her four girls and stuff. We see Teresa with her sister-in-law, her husband's sisters, and the family, and how they're all embraced. And, Teresa seems genuinely happy. I don't know why, but the spirits are telling me there's something up with Louis. Louis Louise, whichever one it is, Louis, whatever. I don't know why the spirits are telling me that, but the spirits are telling me that. Now, I hate for Melissa and Joe to be right about him, but something is telling me something in the water ain't clean when it comes to him. But I'm in a way. Last season, I was kind of forced to defend him because I don't like seeing anybody ganged up on. And I felt like it was really coming for Teresa really hard last season about him and stuff. And it was just becoming too much. But I don't know. I don't know. But I mean, we're going to see. Teresa's happy. She is the queen of Jersey. And all we can do, we're going to hope for the best, child. We're going to hope for the best. That's all we can do. What else is going on? We have Melissa and Joe. Their three kids, two boys and a girl. And I think all the kids look like Melissa. No, I think one of the little boys look like Joe. Yeah, but you know, they all them Gorgas, they have very beautiful eyes. Um, so you know, they're meeting up, whatever, having family time, and then they started talking about Teresa, of course, their storyline. And how at Teresa's engagement party they were sat way back somewhere, not next to her at the table, and she's really you know, upset about it and just feels like it wasn't right. Um, Melissa's story is apparently her and Louise went up to um, her brother Joe and Melissa and said y'all should be up there with us, and they declined. Whatever. It's a constant back and forth thing when it comes to Teresa and Joe. Child, it's tiring at this point. It's sad that this is your only brother and stuff, and all y'all have is each other. Y'all parents are gone and all that. But you know what it is it's just it is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. I'm all for a family sticking together and trying to make it work out. But at some point, you do have to let it go and just realize that yes, this is your family. Um, but everybody's grown. People are people. Folks are gonna do what they want to do. People change, and yeah, just gotta let some things and some people go. And I just think it's time for Joe and Teresa to part ways. Now, I don't know if that means that Joe and Melissa will no longer be on the show, but I heard that Joe and Melissa won't be on the show next season. That's what I heard. But you know, they say that was the whole reason as to why Joe and Melissa got on the show was because of Teresa. You know, Teresa was on there, what, 1 or 2 seasons before Melissa came, Melissa and Joe. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, you know, I've been watching little videos and stuff. Those of y'all who have been watching Jersey since the beginning, did Joe and Melissa strictly come on this show to mess with Teresa and stuff? Now, I did watch a video with Carlos King when he was talking to Teresa. And apparently Melissa was hitting Carlos King up trying to get on the show through Teresa, you know, basically saying, oh, you know, I'm her sister-in-law, blah, blah, blah. So apparently Melissa eventually wound up somehow on the show. Now, he did say that. Now, I'm not saying they came on the show to start messing with Teresa, but I mean, one would think that. But they say they hid it from Teresa, the producers and stuff. They hid it from Teresa, and then all of a sudden, here comes her brother and his wife on the show. So, I don't know. Well, it's pretty shady, if you ask me. But it's been so much that done happened throughout the years and went down. It's just horrible. Starting with, you know, Joe Giudice, Teresa's first husband, who I think is still in jail. And stuff. And so, it's a mess. Anyway, cut to this season, which I think is 13, child. Oh, child. My God. Long time. Let me see. I think the order goes for the housewives from the oldest housewives show to now. Well, the oldest out of the 3 that I'm thinking, which is Orange County, Atlanta, and Jersey. I think it was Orange County first, then Atlanta, then Jersey, right? I think that's how it went. Anyway. So this season, the first episode, Melissa and Joe, Melissa's throwing this 80s roller rink party at the at the skating rink. Everybody dressed up in their 80s gear. A lot of these ladies are from the 80s, so I mean, you know, it works. One thing I found interesting was that Rachel, one of the new cast members, she said that she was born in 1991. So that would make her 31, right? And I'm 33. And I was looking at her. She was like, yeah, I'm a 90s baby, so I don't know anything about the 80s. I said, that's a hard 30. But you know, it's fine. Margaret is so shady. Did Margaret call Rachel a Tim Burton's character? Ain't that Dr. Seuss? She do got that nose, child, Rachel. She do got that Whoville nose, child. It's very Grinch. But yeah. I think Rachel's Melissa friend. She's a little stuffy like Melissa, you know. I said, well. Anyway, but I do like her. Overall, I do like Rachel. You know, that Jen Fresner and Danielle are big personalities, so you need somebody to, you know, wear that. Okay, so we get to the 80s parties. Teresa felt some kind of way because Joe did not speak to her when she was there. I thought Joe spoke, but maybe he didn't. Teresa's husband did not dress up or whatever. It was that whole thing. We found out that Frank, Dolores' baby daddy, and pretty much Dolores' man for years, he been going around with this younger girl that's 33 and he's 58. And so I was just like, ooh, child, it's a jump. But, you know, Dolores gets along with him and blah, blah, blah. I'll tell you what, Dolores is one person that I would not want to piss her off. Dolores looked like she can box. You hear me? Dolores looked like she can go. And so I would not want to piss off that Dolores. I like her. I like Dolores. I've always liked Dolores. So let me see. What else? We see Jackie. Y'all know Jackie was on the last season. I'm bored at. But Jackie's a friend to the show now. And she looks good. She seems like she's doing, you know, well. I know last season she was, you know, having issues with her, you know, eating disorder and stuff. So, looks like she looks fine. She looks healthy, and it's good to see Jackie. Let me see. Everybody started to trickle in one by one. It's issues between Jennifer Aiden and Dolores. Jennifer basically feels like Dolores did not have her back. And like I said, Jennifer, I like her, but she's very extra. She's very just dramatic and eccentric. And it's hard to have a conversation with her. Like, you can be talking like this with her and she's yelling the whole time. Or you can say what you feel like she did wrong to you, and she'll take one little part of that, and you know, then you end it on a nice note. She'll take that bad and blow it up out of proportion. Just causing a scene. She will cause a scene. And I don't know if it's necessarily warranted. Like I said, I have not been watching Jersey since the beginning. So y'all tell me in the comment section, is it warranted for how Jennifer Aiden acts? Or is it just she's doing it for the cameras? You know, but she is quite entertaining. I will say that. But sometimes I just be looking at her like, why are you blowing up in this moment right now? What is there to blow up about? I'm like, child, that thing. Let me see. Y'all know Margaret and Teresa fell out last season about her allegedly starting rumors or whatever about Louis and stuff. But Teresa invited her to her home. And they actually had a conversation to settle it. Margaret says a lot of wild stuff. She says a lot of offensive things, but it kind of goes over people's head, it seems, or something. But I mean, I catches all of it. But I think Margaret is great for the show. Margaret is messy as hell, and she makes me laugh. And there you go. That's a reality star. Let me see. What else happened at the rolling rink? Anybody get into it? I don't think anybody really got into it at the roller rink. Yeah, so they had Dolores. She wanted to do like a men's calendar, so she used all the husbands and stuff. Everybody's husbands showed up. It's super awkward between Teresa and Joe. They're not really talking or speaking. Teresa feels like she's doing everything she can. And Joe, he's just wants more and more out of Teresa. I don't necessarily know what Joe wants out of Teresa. I guess acknowledgement, I guess an apology, I guess for Teresa to be closer to his wife. But it's just that connection's just not there. It's just not going to happen. And it's just so much that's happened between them as siblings that it's tough. But you know, you put the spouses in it, and it's just it's never resolved ever. It's sad though. It is just two of them, But I don't know, girl. What are you gonna do? And then, of course, the kids have to suffer. The kids have to not be close because the parents are not close. So they're first cousins. So, uh, um, let me see. Well, the photo shoot was funny. The photo shoot was cool. Dolores got a man named Paulie. Last season, at the reunion, I think Frank called Paulie Buzz Lightyear, and I hollered, and I screamed. He does look like Buzz Lightyear. Once I saw him, I said, "Lord Jesus." Um, but yeah, Frank is feeling some kind of way about Paulie. I mean, Frank, you can't really get that mad at Paulie. Everybody's not going to understand you and Dolores' dynamic. I mean, y'all are not together, but y'all still act like y'all are. Y'all are still very much so good friends who I think mess around from time to time. But anyway, a new man coming into that, they can be like, okay, I understand that's your baby daddy, and I understand y'all are cool, but are y'all this cool? You can't really debate that. At least, I mean, I understand where Paulie's coming from. So I mean, we'll see what time it is with Paulie as well. But yeah. So we get to the photo shoot. Let me see. We see Jennifer Aiden. She's talking to Rachel and I think Jennifer Fessler. And yeah, just talking or whatever. And she's talking about her relationship with Dolores, and she ends up snapping Rachel up, and that was the whole thing. I said, Lord have mercy. Danielle was there too. So then Dolores and Jennifer talks. They're having a conversation. Then Jennifer flies off the handle. And then Jennifer ended up cussing Dolores out, and there you go. On the last episode, that was all the first episode what I talked about. Now on the second episode, we have Jennifer Aiden. She's meeting up with Danielle. They had like a kids play date. The kids came over. And they're talking, and Danielle, she's funny. I like her. She started talking about how Jennifer Aiden's house could swallow hers, and yeah. And so we found out that Margaret has an ex-friend who's going around trying to create drama, and she's trying to get on the show, I heard. And she's also giving Teresa and Jennifer Aiden all kinds of tea on Margaret and who she is, etc. So they FaceTime, they meaning Jennifer Aiden and Danielle FaceTime Teresa, and it was just like, well, what's going on? The lady's named Laura, I think. It was like, what's going on? What did Laura say? What's tea? And Teresa nor Jennifer did not want to say, because Danielle asked, well, did the girl have any tea on anybody else? And they didn't want to say. So I'm like, I can't wait to find out what's going on here, child. But Margaret, she's been alerted and she knows about it, and yeah. Let me see. Danielle, she decided to have a get together where they make mozzarella at her home. And it was so funny. She said that she hopes that oh, they came out of nowhere. She said that she hopes that as soon as they walk into her home, she hopes that nobody calls her house cute, as in little. Dolores got that first. As soon as Dolores came in, she said, oh, it's so cute. I hollered. It was so funny. So, all the girls arrive. Everybody's there. New girls, the old girls, everybody. Everybody's kind of getting along. At one point, Margaret, they all getting hot and heavy over the, cute Italian man making showing them how to make the cheese. Margaret had a conversation with Jennifer Aiden. And once again, Jennifer Aiden flies off the handle, and Margaret walks away, told her that she needs help. And then Margaret brought up Jennifer's issue with Dolores. And Dolores stood up. She was giving to grab Jennifer. I was like, oh Lord Jesus, please. And so then Teresa got in the middle of that because both Teresa and Dolores, because Teresa's friends with Jennifer Aiden and Dolores. I thought that Teresa was mean to Dolores last season. Like, I just felt like she was just dismissive of her. And Teresa kind of gives me kind of that Nene Leakes syndrome, that if I'm not cool with somebody, then you can't be cool with them. My friends is my friends, and it's, that's what Teresa kind of gives me. And I felt like she was more so rocking with Jennifer Aiden because Jennifer Aiden was rocking with her pretty hard in that way, and they both shared enemies together. But I do feel like they're really friends. But I'm just saying. So Teresa was trying to break that up. Eventually ended up dying down. Jennifer Fessler, she got into it, said y'all both are not owning up to nothing. And then Dolores shot her down and said, girl, you don't know what you talking about, go on, sit down. And then she started eating and making comments. Jennifer Fessler is funny. Fessler, whatever. Jennifer F is funny. So then all of a sudden they got on Melissa and Teresa. I was like, oh God, here we go. Well, this episode ain't gonna never end. And started talking about the seating arrangement and stuff, and where they sat. Melissa was saying to Teresa, oh, you had your brother and your nieces and nephews way over there somewhere, and you had your husband's siblings right next to you, and like they're your sister-in-law and stuff. We were nowhere there. And Teresa was like, no, that wasn't the case, and we got up and blah blah blah. It's just a constant back and forth mess, and getting to this wedding is gonna be a mess. Looking at the scenes, it looks like Joe is gonna get into it with Louis, and Joe has no problem getting into it with anybody. And so it's just, child, it's a mess. It is a mess. It's gonna be a mess, and I'm here for it while I'm eating my mozzarella cheese sticks. Okay. With that said, I'm MrChalaki. MrChalaki on Google Plus. Follow me at Iskizwa on Instagram and Twitter. At Iskizwa89 on Snapchat. Chess King on Facebook. MrChalaki on Cash App and PayPal. And as always, run me my money or run me my fade. Run me my money the way I get paid. Stay black, stay tuned, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Happy Black History Month.